Here we go. Oh, wow. Welcome, everybody. We are so glad you are joining us tonight for Elevate. This is a call, really an informational call to give you guys some information about how you can elevate your business this fall. Fall is the best time to grow your business because we're in the midst of a new selling season, which is really cool. People are getting back to a normal schedule. And the other part is people are now starting to shop for Christmas. They're thinking about gift giving and all that good stuff. So we're so glad that you guys are joining us tonight. So let's see. Oh, I'm reading at something April had put in the chat. She didn't want to scare people. We don't care what you look like. Pop on. We don't care. See Michelle. Got more people coming on now. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is going to be a really quick call. It's just really informationable giving you some information and a call to action just to see if this is something that you're ready to implement in your business. So first of all, congratulations. Congratulations on taking the first step to elevate your business. And you made the time to show up for this call. And we realized that you probably had to say no to something else in order to participate. And that's the first step in really getting what you want from your business. So did you guys know to get something that you've never had, you'll have to do something that you've never done before? Raise your hand if goal is a scary word for you. How many of you, the word goal, is that scary for you? Yeah, for a lot of people, it is scary. And it's okay, because if your goals aren't scary, then really they're not big enough. If they don't scare you, they're not big enough. This is a business. And the magical part of this business is that you are not in business by yourself unless you want to be. Our team offers weekly trainings to help you learn more each week. And the more you plug in, the more you learn and grow, and ultimately earn the income for your family that you want. In this business and in any business, it's all about making the decision to devote the time to do the work. And if you put the time in, I promise you, you're going to see results. So have you ever heard it said that if you're looking for an excuse, you'll always find one? It's true. Also, did you know that when you say yes to something, you always have to say no to something else? And to be successful in anything, you have to sacrifice certain things at certain times. So if you're ready to devote focused time to your business, you will start seeing results. And this call is about informing you about what we're going to be working on in the next 9 days together to support and help everyone get to where they want to be to elevate their business. So we are going to start phase 1 of Elevate. And phase 1 is all about bookings. And the goal is for everyone to have a minimum of 8 bookings on your calendar by Friday, September the 9th. Okay, 8 bookings on your calendar by Friday, September the 9th. So that gives you 9 days to do the work necessary to move forward to phase 2 of Elevate. So our next call, you can write this in your notes. Next call is going to be on Sunday, September 11th, 8:30 Eastern. And only those who have the 8 parties on their calendar are going to be invited to phase 2. So how can we help you get those 8 bookings on your calendar? So the first thing you have to do is decide what you want first. You have to have a plan. Do you want 8 live cooking shows? Do you want 8 virtual parties, or do you want a combination of both? Do you want to do Facebook parties, or do you want to do some on table? Do you want to have a shared rewards party in there? That counts as one of your 8 if you do that for yourself as well. In order to run a business, you have to have a plan. And you have to have a calendar, you have to have a notebook, and a tracking system. So another thing you can do, one of your 8 parties can be hosting your own party in September. It can be a virtual, a live, or a shared rewards. Why do you think that's a good idea? It's a good idea because we have new products that have come out in September. We have new recipes that have come out. A friend of mine just had some friends over for a recipe tasting. Her house was full of people and they bought. She didn't even ask them to buy. They just bought. She showed some new products, made some new recipes. When will you schedule it if that's something that you want to do? It's all about planning. It's all about planning. As a business owner, you have to plan. Why would folks want to host a party with you in September? Same reasons. New products are out. Folks are starting to think about gift giving. We have a cookware special for host. Think about cookware. How many of you could use a new piece of cookware? Everybody, right? Everybody could use a new piece of cookware. So who are you going to reach out to first? So I'm going to walk through a little exercise with you. And I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and maybe you're doing notes on your phone. That's fine if you want to do that. But we're going to talk about a Frank's list just to help you see that you can come up with people really, really quickly to contact about what you're going to offer them. So Frank's stands for F is friends, R is relatives, A is acquaintances, N is neighbors, and K is for kids. And those are folks that you know through your kids' activities. So we're going to do something really quick. And I don't want you to think. I just want you to write down everybody's name that comes to your mind. Your goal is 5 people in each category. Okay. So let's do F for friends. Who are the 5 friends that you immediately think of when I say the word friend? And we're just going to give you 5 seconds to do this. Okay. What about relatives? Who are 5 relatives? Think about brothers, sisters, in-laws, aunts, uncles, cousins. Relatives are the people that support us best and first most of the time. Think about acquaintances. Maybe they're not friends. Maybe they're not a relative, but maybe it's somebody you do business with. Maybe you get your nails done. You have a hairdresser, a dental hygienist, the checker at the grocery store that helps you every time you go in, someone at the car wash, anybody you do business with. Those are acquaintances. Think about neighbors. Neighbors now, neighbors in the past. You know, neighbors are usually the people that we're honestly closest to. Maybe your kids play together. Maybe you moved away from each other and now you're reconnecting. So neighbors. And then lastly, kids. If you have kids, who do you know? What parents do you know? Because your kids are friends. Most of us, you know, my kids when they were little, loved their parents' friends or their parents, their kids' parents. Still friends with a lot of those people that our kids grew up and did things together. All right. Unmute yourself or type in the chat how many people you have on your list. And that probably took about 3 minutes. Type in the chat or just unmute yourself and tell me how many names you got on your list.
I have 10.
Beth has 10. Who else? April Pope has 10. Who else?
I've got 17.
17, Candace. 8. 10, I see Michelle. 20, Samantha. 14. In just a few minutes, came up with that many people. So how do you reach out and what do you say? I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to be sharing these words in our Elevate chat. And it's basically just this. You're reaching out to people personally. Can't be a post, preferably through text. When you pull up your phone, I bet you have hundreds and hundreds of contacts in your phone. Hundreds. So here's what you're going to say to them. Hey, Ashley, Pampered Chef's fall selling season is underway, and I'm excited about all the new fall products. I have a goal of doing 8 parties for family and friends in September. And when you say yes, you'll get a free shopping spree and a piece or set of any cookware you choose at 60% off. We can all use a new frying pan, and you can get this one for just $26. So I'm going to share an image of the Brilliance pan. It's $26 at 60% off. When I reach 8 hosts, I'll do a drawing for a free fall product, and I'd love to work with you. I do all the work and you get all the perks and have nothing to lose by trying. What do you think? Will you be one of my 8? How does that sound to you guys? Does that sound pushy? Or does that sound like, hey, if you got that and it was a friend or a relative or an acquaintance or a neighbor or a friend of a parent of a kid, no, it's not pushy. Michelle says it sounds like an invitation, not pushy. The giveaway only happens when you reach 8. And you can give away anything that you want. I think a great option for a giveaway is that new utensil holder. It's $10. It's fabulous. Everybody's going to want multiples of those. So here's where the rubber meets the road. You have to make the decision to set aside time each day for the next 9 days to get the results you want. So when you reach out to 25 people a day for 9 days, you will have contacted 225 people. 225. Now, the best way to do this, like I said, is through text message. Best time to do it is in the evenings, after about 7:30, 8 o'clock, or at lunchtime is a good time to do it too. I'd even suggest breaking it up, half at lunchtime and half in the evening. It's only going to take you 5 to 10 minutes each day to fire these messages out. And that's all you're doing is firing the messages out every day. 9 days in a row, 25 a day. Think about the math. If you decide to commit to this, you'll get at least 8 people to say yes when you contact 225 people. It's all about commitment and it's all about consistency. And if you really want to see results, you have to put the work into it. Are your dreams and financial freedom worth 10 minutes a day? Now, your director is going to be contacting you after this call to ask you if you're ready to move forward. Please only say yes if you're willing to do the work. And if you aren't, it's okay. You just aren't ready, and you might be later. But I want you to ask yourself this. What's holding me back? Is it fear? Chat with your director about it. I think you'll find that you're not the only one who's ever been fearful of success. Remember, you are not alone in this business unless you choose to be. We're here to support you, and you would not have been invited to this group if your director didn't see something in you that you may not even see in yourself yet. Before we wrap up, I want you to know this. It's perfectly normal not to get a response from folks when you reach out. That if you follow the plan of 25 a day for the next 9 days, you will reach 8. Just keep doing the work. Now, I've asked Amy Williams to speak a little bit about the psychology behind this and what she's experienced in sending messages like this. So, Amy, would you give them a little heads up about maybe how they're going to feel? Because you've experienced this along with me.
I've experienced with bookings. I've experienced it with our Cinderella challenge at the end of the month when we're trying to wrap up on some orders. But what I have found is I'll reach out to 25 people for a booking ever, and I won't get a response, but I continue to message out each day. It's all about consistency. It's a numbers game. So if I reach out to 25 people one day and don't get a response, I message 25 people the next day. And then from the initial day, I always send a follow-up message on day 2 or day 3 to all of those people that I haven't got a response to, because I can't assume, and my mind wants to, jump this way. And think that way, and we can't think that way. We have to remember, maybe they saw our message and they got busy, or maybe they're thinking about it and they forget to get back with you. So something that I send out as a follow-up message maybe 1 or 2 days after, for those who don't respond, is something like this. Hey, this is Amy with Pampered Chef. I just wanted to circle back in with you to make sure that you got my message. I know life gets hectic and we all forget sometimes. Remember that hosting is super easy. Sit back and you have the potential to earn free Pampered Chef. What do you have to lose? Can I send you some open dates? And a lot of times when I send that message out, I will get a yes or maybe later. But it just seems like when I send that second message, that's when I really get the responses in.
And that's all about that tracking system. It's really important that you have that notebook and you write the date and who you contacted, so you know when to message them again 2 to 3 days later, just like Amy said. So yes, Amy will do that. She's going to add.
Yes, and I'll add that follow-up message in the chat.
In the chat, yeah.
Yes.
So does anybody?
And don't get discouraged. And
go ahead.
Hold on, let me add one more thing. Don't get discouraged when you don't get a response, maybe the first day or two that you're sending these 25 messages out, because like I said, it's a numbers game. You may not get any responses, and then you may get to day 5 or 6 and you get 3 or 4 yeses. That's just how it works. Just stay consistent, and I guarantee it'll happen.
It will. So here's what we need to know. We need to know if you want to move forward. If you're going to commit the time, 10 minutes a day. And when you get the yes, this is what we want you to do. When you get the yes, we want you to put a GIF in our group chat, a yes gift, the name of your host and the date of the party. We want you to contact your director too. We want to celebrate in our messenger chat, but we also want you to contact your director, because she's going to need a list of those dates and your host names to be able to work with you when we move to phase 2, which is going to be on our call on August the 11th. So does anybody have questions about anything? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
And if you happen to hear the peanut gallery behind me, just ignore them. So I don't have a problem getting people to book sometimes, but I haven't had any sales. Like, I had 3 parties, and one party especially would have, I really thought it would be more than $1,000 party.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a little over 500. And then the other 2 parties didn't have any sales. And like, we played games. I mean, the hosts were very active, and that's the frustrating part to me, because it's like, why aren't you people
April, I can tell you this, that we all have parties that flop, and it's all a numbers game. You know, Amy will tell you as well. She's on our leadership team, and even leaders have parties that flop. The reason why we want to help you get these 8 bookings on the calendar is so that we in phase 2 can work with you on the parties, helping you to develop a plan, helping you to develop a system in place to help you be successful in every single party, a host coaching plan. You know, it's all about a plan. You can't approach this from kind of a willy-nilly kind of thing of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Oh, I did this one this time, I'll try this. It's got to be a solid plan. What you do every day in every party, every week. On Mondays, I do this. On Tuesdays, I do this. On Wednesdays, I do this. However your plan is. Your directors have plans. We all have a plan of how we work parties. And the more parties that you do, the better you'll get. It's just consistency and numbers. Does that help a little? Oh, I might have lost.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm just having to keep muted because the dog and the kids.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of, you know, of, oh my gosh, you know, I've done one party and it was this and 2 more didn't do anything. It's all about consistency, all about consistency. And when you have 8 to get started with the month, that's a great start. And really what you want to do is you want to book 2 or 3 a week. That gets you in a rhythm. It sounds like a lot of work, but I promise you, you're doing the same exact thing in each party. If you want to do book 2 a week, you can do that, 2 each week for 4 weeks, or you can do, you know, 3, you know, 2, you know, however you want to do it. It's totally up to you. You know what your schedule is, but I'm going to highly suggest you book more than 1 every week because they do. Some just don't do well. Some just don't do well.
See,
Anybody
I
else?
found, I'm sorry, I
No, go
found
ahead.
earlier, I talked to the host about her favorite products and the things that she really enjoyed. And then I put in my favorite products and the things that I use daily, like I had better sales.
Mhm.
But then, you know, and I know the economy's bad and people, you know, some people aren't working and some people are paycheck scared.
Well, I will tell you this. Ashley's commenting about block parties. Helps you see all the guests post because you have more people interacting and boosting algorithms. And, you know, and that's true. Block parties are phenomenal. And I can walk you through that. What I will tell you is this: people are spending money. If you
Yeah.
go to a restaurant in town, it's packed. If you go to a department store, Walmart, you know, Target, it's packed. Our team, as of this morning, our organization has sold 89,000. Now by tomorrow, it'll probably be more. $89,000 in the month of August. Just us, right? Just our little team. So, oh, Janaea said she sold an air fryer 7 minutes ago. Sold an air fryer 7 minutes ago. People have the money to spend on what they want. I love John Gordon, and as a leadership team, we were fortunate to hear him at conference. And there is a negative voice in your head, April, and it's in everybody's head, and it tells you those things when you're not getting the results you want. That negative voice tells you, it talks to you, and it talks to you, or you're listening to that negative voice in your head tell you nobody's spending any money. People don't
Well, I
have
mean,
money to spend. The economy's bad. You have to talk to yourself and you have to tell yourself.
no, it is discouraging.
Yeah, you have to tell yourself. You have to tell yourself, no, I know people have money to spend. I'm seeing them out the door at a restaurant when they can make the same meal at home for pennies. No, people have the money to spend. I see them all at the coast on vacation Labor Day weekend. You have to tell yourself the truth, because that negative voice in your head is always going to try to put you down. We all have it. We all have it. You're not alone. You're not alone. So you just have to ask yourself, are you ready to do this? Are you ready to work consistently to get the parties on the calendar? And then your director is going to work with you, and we're going to work with you and Elevate to help you make the most of these parties, the most of these parties. I hope you will. I hope you guys will decide to join us. You wouldn't have been invited to this if we didn't see something in you. You wouldn't. All right. I said this is going to be limited to 30 minutes, and I think we did a little bit better than that. So reach out to your director. Let your director know, yep, I'm in. I'm going to do this. I'm in. And then we'll get started. We'll get started. All right. See you guys in a couple days. Bye.